periods. There's this whole stigma around it, guys. It's a whole stigma, and it's the word is frowned upon in public when you try to talk about it. But why? Why is it a fact that we men, most of us, are able to talk about, how we enjoy ourselves? Let's say it like that. And we are able to talk about our privacy and certain things in public amongst our friends, whereas we frown upon the women and girls when they have to talk about what they're going through. It's quite a saddened situation, because we live in the modern 21st century where it should no longer be the case. It should stem no longer from the fact that you can say, oh, I'm sorry, my parents used to say it, my great grandparents used to say it. Those excuses should no longer be in play, because you should be the leading role. You should be the image. You should be able to take on that responsibility and tell yourself first that no, I'm not going to have and continue this stigma of ridiculing or embarrassing girls and women about the whole fact that having periods is ew, or that is they are going through something that we as boys and men will never understand. It is something that we should be of completely understanding. The only sort of similar pain we know is this. Oh. Why do you do that? Not that I'm saying that getting kicked in the nuts is fine. Just let's make that very clear, ladies. I understand that you're probably going through a lot of pain when you experience your periods, but on behalf of all boys and men and from around the world, getting hit in the nuts, in the sack, is very painful. Right, leaving that aside, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I have been in many circumstances where the women I have in my life are able to talk about what they're going through during the cycle of periods openly with me. I've had ex-girlfriends who have spoken with me, and with the current women in my life. It's amazing, and any men and any guys who think that a girl is able to talk about such a thing that is of much importance to them, and the men and such men go to penalize that guy. Man up, grow up a bit, please, because there's nothing absolutely wrong with it. You're actually being very, very empathetic. You're being very understanding, and that is what the world needs. That's what people need. Don't be the scrutinizing, and don't be a dick, in other words, to people who is able to understand and who is doing it willingly to help their partner, their sister, to completely understand and of what they're going through. For those of you, the boys and men who is watching this, for those of you who's watching this vlog right now, if you're one of those men who are completely engaged with being completely empathetic with the women in your life, you are true champions. You are true champions, because in a society which is demeaning it to be a stigma, when they go to say, oh, it's completely disgusting, and you're standing up for a right, for women's right, for those women around your life, which is a big deal. For those of you who think otherwise, I understand from your point of view as well, but in order for you to do better, let's say that you try little by little to understand the sort of pain and agony that the women in your life are particularly going through. Every one goes through it in a different way. Some of them experience pain in a moderate scale, some experience the difference, and that's where the whole mood swings, everything comes. I don't know the whole physiology and biology of it, but this is just from what I witnessed and see. I'm no science kid, but be empathetic, be kind, be understanding, be simple, be a person for all those women out there who need it. And I hope this vlog brings some insight to all of you who's watching it. I only wanted to do this so that to encourage all the men who is watching this to be more empathetic and be more kind, and for the ladies out there to be more understanding that there are people out in the world, there are men in the world who truly understand what you're going through. Have a blessed day, and God bless you.